Hi guys. About a month ago, I was contacted by the fastest man to ever travel the entire world, and his name is Benny Prasad, and he's a musicianary. Actually, I learned the term from him. So anyway, he contacted me, and I was so totally surprised. Anyway, he said that he liked the version I did for 10,000 Reasons, the jazzy version. So he said that he would like to use those chords to do a cover for that song. So I was like, wow, it's really cool. And honestly, you gotta be really honest, I didn't know about him when he first contacted me. And I went to check him out on Google and YouTube, and I was like, wow, this man is just awesome. He's a missionary for Jesus, and he does music, and he is the fastest man to ever travel the entire world. You can read all about him in Wiki, and you can Google him. His name is Benny Prasad. Yeah, let's just watch it together. Let's take a look. Oops. Okay, I'm plugging directly to the screen, so you can see it's him and his beautiful wife over here, and he's from India. Yeah, and it's just amazing. I love to see Indian come to Jesus Christ. I just awesome. All right, let's take a look. Let's listen to this.
Bless the Lord, oh my soul.
Sing.
Oh, my soul. Worship His holy name. Sing like never before. Oh, my soul. I worship Your holy name. The sun comes up. It's a new day dawning. It's time to sing Your song again.
There's harmony.
Whatever may pass and whatever lies before me, let me be singing when the evening comes. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Oh, my soul.
I like this.
Worship His holy name. Sing like never before. Oh, my soul, I worship Your holy name.
Nice.
You're rich in love and You're slow to anger. Your name is great and Your heart is kind. For all Your goodness, I will keep on singing. 10,000 reasons for my heart to find.
Nice full band. It's so good, man. That's cool.
And on that day when my strength is failing, the end draws near and my time has come. Still my soul will sing Your praise unending.
Ooh.
10,000 years and then forevermore. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Whoa,
Wow. Hey, I thought it was really awesome, because it was just amazing for me to see that even though it's not my song, but he would use this arrangement and use some of my chords. He changed a little bit, it changed the key, but it's basically the chords that I posted on YouTube. And just seeing him doing it and with a full band, it was just really cool. And I especially like the Indian chant part. It works so well, and his wife, yeah, definitely can sing. Really, really good. Yeah, so anyway, thank you, Benny. I'd like to share a little bit about his testimony so you get to know what Jesus has done in his life. Alright, cool. So basically, he described himself as a failure early in life, and he wanted to commit suicide at age 16. Why? Because when he was born, he had asthma. People gave him the wrong medication, and that's why 60% of his lung was damaged. And he didn't perform pretty well at school, and he was looked down on, humiliated, and he said that he would be pretty much beaten every day by his father and humiliated by his classmate and teacher on a daily basis. So at age 16, he wanted to commit suicide. But that's when Jesus came into his life and said that he wanted to use Benny. And as a result, Benny became a Christian. He was told that he could never be a musician because he couldn't even clap at the right beat, and he used to have a guitar teacher before, and the guitar teacher basically just begged him not to come again because he just didn't have the talent. Wow, okay, that's rude. But anyway, he really wanted to play the guitar for the Lord, so he picked up the guitar and practiced for 2 months, and he became the best player in his college. I would say he's either a genius or he's really filled with Jesus. That's the second one. He's filled with Jesus. So let's keep on reading. So he's the fastest man to travel the entire world. In 2002, God spoke to him that God is going to take him all around the world. And by 2010, he would travel the entire world. Of course, Benny couldn't believe it. It was just too crazy or too impossible because he was living like on $25 a month, in India as a missionary. How can a person with only $25 a month travel the entire world? But with God, all things is possible. God took him to the first country that was in Moscow, Russia, and but when he arrived at the airport, they were asking him for a bribe, and obviously he's a Christian. He doesn't want to do that, and they kept him in detention for 30 hours and deported him back to India. What a huge disappointment, for the first time ever trying to get out of the country, and he was deported back. I mean, for us, I would be completely devastated, by this. I would definitely question God, what's going on here? But I think what's amazing is that it didn't stop him from believing God's promise. And ever since then, God had miraculously taken him one country after another, and God also took him to play at occasions that he would never thought possible. At Olympic Games, 2004 in Greece, and also at FIFA World Cup. And he also played for the presidents and world leaders. He even played for, I think it's Kim Jong-un of North Korea, like the leader of North Korea. And it was just awesome, yeah. And by 2010, he really traveled the entire world, 257 countries altogether, right, in just 6 years, 6 months, and 22 days. And by that, he broke the world records as being the fastest man to ever travel the entire world. Not even Michael Jackson could do that. It's just cool. There's just so much more to be said about what Jesus has done in his life. He is also the inventor of the world's first bentar, which is a banjo plus guitar. The reason why he designed it was because he wanted to share the gospel during the Olympic Games. Basically, the people told him that he couldn't share the gospel. There's nothing that he could talk about. He couldn't talk about Jesus. He could only play his music. So, but he really wanted to take that opportunity to share the love of Jesus Christ. So he asked God, Lord, please help me to design an instrument so special that people would come and ask me about my instrument and I can tell him about Jesus. And God gave him the idea to design this bentar, which is really cool. And he would just find creative ways to share the gospel. And he was also brave enough to share the gospel in North Korea. I know a lot of missionaries, they also do that, but when he was invited to just play for the leaders in North Korea, he chose to share the gospel to his North Korean bodyguards. And by doing that, he could actually be killed, but he chose to do that anyway, because he's ready to die for Jesus. And that's just, it just sums up everything, So if there's something I learned from his story, I would say number one, all things is possible with Jesus. Okay, when he thought that he was useless, when he wanted to commit suicide, when everyone else looked down on him, God could use this man and do something miraculous. Look at what he's done. And the second thing I like to say is, he never forget Jesus. Being a very famous person, traveling all around the world, breaking world record, it's really easy to feel arrogant. But obviously he knew, the reason why he sang, the reason why he travels, the reason why he's even alive is because of Jesus. And I think that's just really, really good. And third thing I think we can all learn from him is he tried to be creative in sharing Jesus. You see, when people told him that he cannot talk about Jesus, he would try to find creative ways to make Jesus known, by building a real cool instrument and by changing the words on his hat. Normally we would probably just give up and like, okay, you know what, I tried to share, but they told me I can't. I'm sorry, Lord. But no, let's learn to be creative, learn to be bold, and persist in sharing the good news of Jesus Christ. Find ways to share. So that's it, Definitely check out his YouTube channel and subscribe. Obviously, he definitely got way more subscribers than I do, but support this man of God, y'all. And so maybe next time I'll share another artist. Probably, I'll share this artist I like a lot. Her name is Karistra. I'll do a song that I covered before. So I'll do a song and look forward to it.